Everybody's got a hobby. Some people collect stamps, others make scrapbooks. Me, I build conspiracy theory bulletin boards. There'd been a string of abductions throughout the city. A woman shopped in a supermarket, kidnapped. A man ate at a restaurant, kidnapped. A kidnapped in a playground, kidnapped. First it was just isolated cases, but soon it was happening more and more often. Multiple kidnappings being reported at the same time on opposite sides of the city. Was this the work of copycat kidnappers? I was going to need more office supplies to find out. Each of the victims eventually returned home safely, but their families would stop cooperating with police and refuse to investigate further. Things didn't add up. I had questions that needed answering, like the opposite of jeopardy. That father didn't want to talk to any reporters or cops. Lucky for him, I'm neither. I paid him a visit. He took out the trash. I went to the garbage can. I took out the trash. Broken scissors. Rental confirmation for a windowless black van. A ski mask. It was all slightly suspicious. I let myself into the house. He gasped, said to leave or he would call the police. I told him that I just saw what he threw out. He gasped, said to leave and please don't call the police. I told him that no one was calling anybody. But why did he stop working with the cops? Why was his daughter returned so soon after that? Why did he have broken scissors, a rented windowless black van, and a ski mask? He was a tough nut to crack, like a peanut inside of a walnut. I questioned him for hours, interrogated him, grilled him like a steak. Eventually he cracked, like a peanut inside of a walnut inside of a nutcracker. He told me that after the kidnapping he received a letter. I've taken your daughter. To see her again, kidnap 2 other people and leave notes like this one. He said he didn't know what else to do. He kidnapped his boss's baby and his coworker's cat. He left ransom notes in their place. Sure enough, his daughter came back, safe and sound. He kept the baby and the cat hidden until his boss and his coworker continued the chain. Then he gave them back and tried to forget the whole thing. All that mattered was that his daughter was no longer in jeopardy. He wasn't a criminal. He wasn't nuts. He was just a father who got desperate and turned to crime. I thanked him for his time and left. So, back to the old drawing board. The copycat kidnappers were part of a pyramid scheme. But who was at the top? Who had anything to gain from a string of kidnappings? And suddenly, it made sense. I knew who was behind this. I knew who was making a profit. It was a dying industry. Like anyone who's desperate, they had turned to crime. They were expecting me. The walls were covered in letters, like some sort of conspiracy theory bulletin board. I took the elevator to the penthouse, the top of the pyramid. The CEO welcomes me in. She congratulated me on making it this far, but told me that the conspiracy went further than I could imagine. I told her I would piece it together. I'd connect the dots. I'd gather the evidence and bring them all down. She handed me a letter. Said it was a photo of their largest benefactor, the man who had funded all of this. Me. The harder I fought to solve this, the stronger they would become. It was a sticky situation. I was pinned. She thanked me for my time and wished me luck. I told her I'd be back. The chain of copycat kidnappings continued to spread. I needed to go after the source. I'd seen through the gaps to the invisible forces behind crime in this city, pulling all the strings, tying everything together. In the end, it wasn't about the copies. It was about the paste.